Hello and welcome to another game review. Today I'm reviewing Road Rash 2 for the Sega Mega Drive / Sega Genesis. Road Rash 2 was released in 1991 for the Sega Mega Drive and Sega Genesis. It's a 2D racing game that sees you racing across the countryside of the United States. The team at Electronic Arts did an excellent job of replicating 3D on this game. Most Mega Drive games, when you're playing this kind of racing game, when you see behind the vehicle, it looks like the road is moving and not the car or bike. On Road Rash 2, they did a fantastic job of making it look like you're actually playing 3D and the bike was moving and not the road. The idea of the game is to win as much races as you can and finish as high up as you possibly can to get as much money as you can, because with the money it gives you the option to buy new bikes. When the game starts at level 1, you'll find it pretty easy to win the races. As long as you don't fall off too much, you should win all the races pretty comfortably. And when you win all the races, you'll have enough money to buy your first bike, what you will need to when you start level 2. And as the levels go up, as it repeats all 5 races over and over again but ups the level, the difficulty also goes up and it becomes a lot harder to win the races. Also, as you go up the levels, you'll notice it's a lot easier to fall off your bike, so even going over slight bumps and massive jumps will push you off your bike and the races will become extremely harder to win. Now let's talk about the buying the bike option. When you win all the races on level 1, they give you enough money to buy a standard bike, but will slightly improve in speed and handling of the bike you already have. But as you go into level 2, this bike will be insignificant and you will need to get more money to buy another bike, and as the levels go up you need to buy the better bikes to win the races. So the bike option is pretty good. You get quite a lot of selection of bikes. They all come in different price ranges and different speeds and different handling and so forth, and obviously the faster they go the more awkward they are to handle and so forth, just like any other racing game. Road Rash 2 also has a 2-player option, but once you're playing the 2-player option, the first thing you'll notice is how choppy the game actually gets, and the slowdown is pretty bad. It's so choppy and so slow, it's really difficult to sort of handle the bike, and the screens are really small as well because you don't get the full split screen at the bottom of the screen. You only get the little box on both top and bottom of the screen, so you don't see a full split screen when you're playing 2-player mode. And as I said, it's very choppy, but it is very enjoyable once you get used to the handling of the bike. Now the 1-player mode is still a little bit choppy and still a little bit awkward to handle the bike, but it's 10 times more responsive and smoother than the 2-player mode. And when I first got this game back in the 90s, I looked at the back of the box and it actually said this is an 8-bit graphical game, and it sort of tell it's a little bit 8-bit compared to what some racing games look like on the Sega Mega Drive, but graphics don't really matter because this game is superb in terms of how it handles and how it plays, and it's enjoyable, especially on the 2-player mode. Now the other thing that Road Rash is famous for is obviously knocking each other off your bikes. So you can knock your opponents off your bike by kicking them, hitting them with bats, hitting them with chains, and you can even get the police after you. So once you go past a police bike or police car, they will chase you. And even better than that, if you go past a police officer on his motorbike, you can also knock him off his motorbike. So it's kind of like the first Grand Theft Auto style game on that perspective. Now the game does get a little bit boring if you're playing it for too long, so I would only give this game 15, maybe 30 minutes or a little bit longer than that. It does get pretty boring very quick, but the good thing is you get a password option, so you can get as far up as you can, write the password down and always start off where you left off. So that's really good, and that's one of the best options on the game, is a password option and the 2-player mode. This game went on to even become a 3D game later on in its career on the 3DO, Sega Saturn and PlayStation as well, and also had another sequel called Road Rash 3, what in my opinion was not as good as Road Rash 2. Road Rash 2 being definitely the best in the series, as it usually is the case on Mega Drive games that the second in the series is always the best. So I would recommend anyone to go out there and get Road Rash 2. It's a fantastic game, it's a joy to play, and if you've got a partner or friend to play this with, it's even better. I'm going to give a Road Rash 2 an 8 out of 10, must have for any Sega Mega Drive collector. Thank you for watching, see you next time for some more videos.